and the 5 zealots out there.
5 zealots is gonna go run into your units.
I would consider suggesting a whole bunch of, or like maybe 2 rounds of speed zealots, speed dots, because they
overall,
absolutely decimate
much better
dragoons.
position to fight,
And of course with dragoon support,
he has all these
that's
units,
even better.
And if he swings them up here into a bigger arc, he has considerably more goons raining down on your little.
Exactly, and that's why you want to mention the flanking,
is why this
which is what you did.
Bad. If you want to camp units, I'd say camp them more along the bridge like this.
It's good.
That way they can make sure that nothing gets across this big bridge,
That's
and they have a
good.
giant arc of fire on whatever tries to go across. Trying to play around with Reaver.
My dog is barking in the back.
Still
Hold on, I'm gonna yell at. I'm gonna yell at her.
Much.
Hey, Wendy, stop!
I mean, your opponent could have already expanded, you know,
I'm back.
8, 9 times, and you wouldn't really know.
Yes. Yeah, you talk about scouting more, which is good. And how much? 5,000 minerals? Good God.
Yeah, not much to say. You're up to 5,500.
5,500. Well, part 2 is broken, so we're just gonna skip to part. Ooh, we're gonna skip to part 3, which looks a lot more interesting.
Okay, he's gonna go
anyways,
for some arbiters. I don't know if your Templar ever got Storm or not.
Fuck it. Part 3 it is.
Speed this up to 2x.
It's still in the contain. Jesus Christ.
Okay, decent Reaver micro there.
I feel sorry for whoever was watching this. Oh, Snaps, you got that replay thing? I should get that.
Okay, so here's the problem.
If I plan on doing this more, which I don't know, maybe I should. I don't know if I'm doing actually a good job or not.
Right here, if you have your unit spread all over here, just kind of like this, not that you should be camping your bridge at hardcore, but that size storm only hits maybe 4 or 5 dragoons. This storm hit just a crap ton of these dragoons, and then they're going to chase the High Templar back into all of these dragoons.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Alright, and that's always important to notice. The concave
picking off
is
here,
important on like everything. Even with Zerglings, the concave is like a big deal.
He's sitting on 3 bases, and
it's always something to mention. And God, he has so much stuff. Seriously, just like move it out somewhere, anywhere, please.
Okay, you're gonna try to do this drop thing right here, and I mean, yeah, it could. Well, okay, I don't really know what you're doing, but
oh no! Oh my
okay, you're
God!
losing 2 Reavers. That stuff isn't nearly as important as, you know, getting out and seeing where he's expanded, throwing up more gateways.
Ooh, all this,
I mean, you have just a
he's mined out in his main.
Money.
How does this game even go on for this long? It should have really been over. TaintReborn, if you watch this, just you need to attack. You would have won, or you can win right now if you want. I think so. I'm not sure exactly how dragoons work, and they are pretty stupid, so who knows what could happen.
You haven't had a unit leave your base in a very, well, except for that shuttle that died, in a really long time. And that's one of the keys here to why you lose, is because you're
spoilers. My God,
being
man.
aggressive at all.
Spoiling more games? This guy actually spoiled Idra versus Noni for me. Can you believe that? I was downloading it at the time, and I didn't even like ask who won between that game, and he's like, "Oh, Noni won."
Who cares? It's weak.
And that's not cool. And if I just spoil it for anyone else that didn't watch it, that totally sucks for you. And I feel your pain.
But pretty much, speed zealots out the front with some dragoon support in the back will be very strong against, you know.
Oh man, is he building arbiters yet? This game is really, there's not really much more you can talk about. He's just done too much stuff wrong. I think
pretty bad spot. I'm gonna kind of assume that you lose here.
That is.
Let's speed it up anyway.
Pretty bad. Yeah, speed it up. I'm gonna speed this up.
Time until you run out of minerals and you have to try to
TaintReborn. Seriously, man, you gotta attack.
Whoops.
Oh my God.
So you're gonna try to break out here, and you're kind of moving them in like one control group at a time to die. If you're gonna do that, since he's not really caring that you're going way over here, is again maybe swing a group out up here and around.
Yes.
And try and hit the back.
Yes, exactly.
Or you get like 2 groups out the front.
Or
I mean,
even sneak like
not as good a composition
3 or 4 zealots out there and just go attack an expansion or scout or try to do anything.
That's a lot.
Because anything is better than nothing.
Right here, actually. Okay, not so bad, but yeah,
no, that's pretty bad.
Okay, so you just kind of decided that your supply was too high and you ran in some goons to die. which is not very smart.
Oh, is he about arbiters? Oh, snaps. Yeah, that is game over.
Okay, it's good not to give
almost.
up, but ultimately,
I don't think there's much more you could talk about.
And
really,
3 Stargates. So I'm
not
gonna
really
mention play 9 wide dragoons
like
right here.
Commentating on TaintReborn stuff since you were like focusing on him anyways. Let's mine out at both bases. Does he have like 1 mineral patch left?
Not good overall for you.
Yeah, you definitely want to expand before you even run out.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it so I don't
on
run
one
out.
base.
That pretty much sums it up. You know, don't build.
Hold on. You should probably mention about expanding that. More often than not, you will mine out if you've been building probes the entire time, way faster than you think you would. And like whenever I play Protoss or Terran, I'm like, Jesus Christ, why are all my minerals gone? Because normally as Zerg, I have like maybe 3 drones max at each base, so it takes like 20 years to mine 1 patch out. So I'm always good on that, but I expand anyways because you guys can hear the loot links in the background. Since I'm going to be making like a gazillion thousand hatcheries over the course of the game, I could just plot them down every expansion, and just throw a few drones at each one, and they'll be good. And I'll be good because I just need gas the entire game. No one cares about minerals. But for Protoss and Terran, when they say like you want like 3 bases if the Terran has 2, or you want 4 bases if the Zerg has 5, they mean mining bases, not bases that are like 3/4 out of minerals. So if you have a base running out of minerals, you definitely want to replace it somewhere else with a base that obviously isn't out of minerals. So you should probably mention that about expanding. But this guy, AudioBlood, did just like so much wrong in this game that I'm not sure if you had time to even cover all the stuff that he did wrong and how to fix it. So you're wrapping up here, so I will wrap up when you wrap up.
Buildings like this forge here that you built really early and never used.
Yeah.
Or pretty much all the Robotech that you just kind of let sit there.
Yeah.
You want to do a better job of scouting so you know what your opponent's getting.
Christ, 9,000 minerals?
You want to try to not let him expand nearly as much as he did, or contain you quite as much. But
speaking of expanding, on Fighting Spirit, at least for Zerg, I find that oh, Jesus Christ, hold on. I'm going to turn Lulinx's little Navi thing off, even though it's way late into this thing, and this may have been like, Navi may have been going off the entire time without me noticing, in which case, well, that sucks, but whatever. On Fighting Spirit, as Zerg, I'm just going to throw my input in there so maybe you could use it in the future. Maybe if you're just commentating on a Zerg, on Fighting Spirit, I don't know, whatever. Expanding to this 3rd right here, say if this spawns right here and brown is Zerg and yellow is Protoss or Terran or who cares. Expanding this 3rd like sucks ass because there's like the two entrances just like make it really hard to defend, because the Protoss can just like swing down here and go up that other ramp with a whole bunch of zealots, and oh hey, I just lost an expansion because it's impossible to set up a base like SimCity correctly to where you can block 2 entrances in such a close quarters. So most Zergs will just take another natural and then take the main and then take the 3rd because you're defending all this crap anyways, that you'll be fine. For Protoss, I'm not sure how that works exactly. I don't think that's too big of a deal, and you could just make cannons everywhere. So I think expanding to the 3rd would maybe be easiest like he did. He could have taken the middle really and nothing would have happened, so I guess that doesn't really count. I guess I would just, as Protoss, take the nearest one that isn't this one between the 2 of you, because that's just so close to him, and that'd be a pain to defend. So yeah, I'm talking too much. Let's go back to this.
And not building these buildings here and getting more gateways, so you're running, 6 to 9 of them off 2 bases, makes it a lot less likely to get contained.
9 is a little bit much, I think.
Because you'll have a lot more units to be, throwing at him, or, tactically moving up and killing him with. So overall, just those are the few main things. Yeah.
Oh man, 1 storm on those probes.
You don't need to.
That'd be awesome.
Buildings.
That'd be like 30 kills for that high Templar.
Expanded slower, and got more units.
Take a drink of my Dr. K, Dr. Pepper. I'm drinking the generic brand because I'm poor.
Overall, it's just lack of unit producing buildings and just letting you yourself get behind on money. That's the